Welcome to War Games, hosted by the sales genius Joe Ingram. If you're looking to win the sales battle, then you have joined the right team. In the War Games group, we devise strategies for sales, marketing, branding, mindset, and attitude. We enlist the assistance from the most successful producers across all industries. We then share their knowledge and techniques with you. Our single goal is to get you ready for your next sales opportunity. When it comes to crossing the minefield of sales, step in the footprints of those that have crossed before you. Now, prepare yourself for boot camp and beyond. It's time for the War Games to begin.
Are we playing?
Hey, happy Wednesday, War Gamers. It's me. So I'm here to say I'm just now kicked it back off. I saw our technical difficulties expanded over as we were going through. So Facebook is now up and live again. So everyone, welcome to War Games. I am thrilled today. First, I'm going to go grab Bob Donnell, VIP, coming up on the side here, right? I'm going to talk to you guys today. What do we have? We have a dear friend of mine since way back in like 2008 is when we first ran into each other and competed against each other because we're just that way. But you know she's wonderful because she has the same birthday as me. So we're like the same twin things, a lot of attitude. We're good. But a seasoned business and financial professional. I don't like the word seasoned because that implies that she's old. And of course we are not. So she has been in the business a long time. She's extremely talented and she has been an entrepreneur for over 3 decades. Okay. She's going to share with us her insights on how to take your business. So this is going to be the entrepreneur help desk today because she's going to share with you the art of mind, money, and marketing. So the 3 M's. Okay. She's built successful startups. We've challenged ourselves plenty of times in a startup. So it's a wonderful thing. We have a great relationship, dear friend of mine. So let me bring up for you all to benefit a return War Games host, Miss Faride Sisniega. Faride! Yes, look at this. All
Yeah,
right,
I'm going to create an
we got
environment.
let go. Look at Faride brought some people. Look at that. Bob's got some people too. Thank goodness. You know, Joe got something in here. Somebody mentioned my name, right? So, oh, and look, the only time I ever see Sonia on the show.
That's right.
Following her BFF. Yes.
And she's fighting you for it. She's fighting you for it.
Yes, I know. I'm the BFF. We've already determined that for years now. But Miss Faride, thank you for coming in. Thanks for saying I will share again. You did an awesome episodes that's in the archives for everybody in War Games for spin selling last time. So she's definitely somebody you want to know. She's someone I consider to be a dear friend and a rival because we both push each other. It's the iron sharpens iron. And we both sit back and go, really? Is that all you've done? Is that all you've done? How many have you done? What? So again, I'm excited to learn from her because that means what? That means I get to sharpen myself during this situation. So, and Sonia does love me. So love you too, Sonia. BFF. Yes. So I want to say, Miss Faride, welcome. I know you planned a presentation for us today. I'm just excited that we get to hang out. We started in the green room before this, just going, I miss you. It's been forever, right? You're down, an hour and a half away from me, 2 hours. So I got to make time. I'm in Carlsbad.
That's right.
At least once a month. So we can get down.
Thank you so much for having me back. I'm so excited to share with you guys today. This is what I call the hustling room, right? This is all made of champions and hustlers. And I'm so excited to be able to share what I got for you today. Short slides, so don't worry about it. It's not going to be a lecture. We're going to bring it. So I'm excited. And hi, Bob.
Hi.
So, as everybody knows, Bob Donnell, also a former War Games trainer that's here, has been a friend and a mentor of mine since back in the day, a little bit before 2008, because I had to bring him into one of our insurance business where Faride and I were together. And so that's when I met Bob, brought him on board, but he's been invaluable in life itself. But I'm going to say it's really, let's just talk about Faride. Let's talk about Faride. This is the Faride show at this point. In the title, I didn't even put my own name. I was like, no. We need to hear from Faride. We all need to go. She's a business pro, and she's the entrepreneur that can help other entrepreneurs, and that's really what War Games Group is all about. And so, Miss Faride, how would you like to take this? How would you like to take this?
Absolutely. Well, number one, I hope that all of you are ready to take some notes, because I'm going to give you literally 3 major aspects of a successful entrepreneur, and especially if you're in sales. So let's get that slideshow going. We'll get started.
Let's move this around. Let's put Faride up here. And I'll just warn Faride right now, danger. There's another Ingram that just joined the room too.
Yes.
So, yes. So
hello. It's so good to see you.
Hello.
Let's go in. All right. We moved this all around. Here's Faride's PowerPoint presentation. Everybody get your pens out, get your paper ready, and let's go.
Well, the first thing is first, right? What is your end game? Have you identified your end game, right? Do you have any game at all? That's literally what I am going to share with you today. Let's master. I'm going to give you just 3 to 4 things that are very important to master your end game. And obviously, if you don't know what an end game is, then you're on the right spot. And I love that you're here. You're going to come out of this more of a champion than what you already are. So let's start with the first one. Everything starts with the mind. Rewiring your mind for the accomplishments you desire. Isn't that a strong statement? Rewiring your mind for the accomplishments that you desire. You know what? I have to tell you, in the years that I have been an entrepreneur, the one thing I've been able to master and will continue to, sharpen my saw, basically, is in mastering my mind. The mind of a human can either take you to be a successful person, or it can take you to be the poorest and saddest and most miserable person in the world. Wouldn't you agree with me? So first thing is first. If we're talking about mastering your mind, we have to start with reframing your thinking, correct? So for example, who here woke up this morning dragging your feet, saying, oh, I just want 5 more minutes in this bed? We probably all did, right?
You called out Frank right there. You totally called out Frank right there in front of everybody. Yeah.
Hey, I do it every morning.
Just call me out by name next time. You don't have to beat around the bush.
Okay, I'll try to do that. Well, you know what? Every morning we have to reframe our thinking. Are we about to have a successful day, or are we going to allow our laziness, we stood up until 4 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock in the morning, whatever your end of your day is, are we going to allow that to predicate the following day? It's really what it comes down to, correct? So if you reframe your thinking and you make that a habit of every morning waking up to whatever you call your own type of motivation, right? If you're a prayer person, if you're affirmations videos, if you go on YouTube and find something to reframe your thinking on a daily basis, save that on your phone. Stop saving music that doesn't serve you. Continue to find things that will serve you on a daily basis to help you reframe your thinking. Now, once you reframe your thinking, so I don't know about you, Joe, but Tell me one thing that you do in the morning to reframe your thinking, something that anybody that's watching us today can think. Give me one thing.
So one thing I do, so when I get up in the morning to go take a shower, I always start a podcast like a Ed Milet or someone along those lines so that I can hit it and just press the button and play it through the entire shower so that it's not there. And again, this also inspires me too. Yes, Joe looks in the mirror. Yes. So
Hey, if that wires you and that reframes your thinking, then more power to you. I don't blame you for that.
yes. I typically will wake up neutral. Okay. I don't wake up in dread, or I don't wake up going, oh my gosh, the world is amazing. It's my oyster. Right. So I wake up neutral. So I do agree with you. The answer is, how do I get myself into that positive state? And so I always look and say, who do I admire? Who can I go press play and get that going? I'm an auditory learner, so the podcast works for me. I mean, if you're visual, maybe someone's got to read, but to me, I just need the best thing in my ears.
And many of you can relate to that, right? We find things to listen to that will retune us, will reframe our thinking. I know for me, I actually have a course, just so you know, Joe, because I haven't sent it to you, but I will. I have a course to calibrate your mind for success. Bottom line, that's what it's about. And all it requires is 7 to 10 minutes in the morning. Out of those 7 to 10 minutes of your morning, and the most successful people that have already practiced it, and there is millionaires who have actually done the same practice for 7 to 10 minutes every morning, and now can celebrate their successes because they are so in tune with that calibration of your mind. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, it's okay. You'll get more tips later that you're able to catch on. But recalibrating your brain every morning will accomplish so many things. And why I'm going to take the most of our time today talking about this is because there is proven success. And I'm not name dropping yet, but I will soon in a book that will be coming up about exactly this, mind masterminding and how to calibrate your brain for success. So reframing and thinking of your brain. I do this every morning. 7 minutes of my first wake up, okay, is breathing. And obviously I am a woman of faith. So I thank the Lord for allowing me to live another day. And I also ask him to give me the tools to be able to change people's life today. And that is the very first thing I say every morning. And then I move into my calibration exercise. My calibration exercise is 7 minutes long, where I don't care if the house is burning. I'm going to have to survive it for those 7 minutes because I go into this deep meditation with my calibration tools to be able to get me to have the best day possible. Now, do you think this is easy? No, right? Sometimes embracing change and being able to pivot, it's what it's going to get you to be able to accomplish that. What I mean by that is that, sometimes I wake up sad. Somebody made me sad overnight. There was a situation that happened. Yesterday I got a call that my great grandma, my auntie, I don't know how you call it, but she is my grandma's sister.
A relative? Yeah.
She passed away yesterday, right? And just thinking of her life made me sad. Thinking of her life made me happy because she accomplished a lot. But thinking of now she's gone, we have no more time, right? And how easy and what perspective you have. Well, I needed to control my mind and embrace that change and go, you know what? Yes, we're going to miss her dearly, but we choose to remember what's good. And I'm going to pivot this sentiment and this feeling of sadness, and I'm not going to victimize myself for the day, right? There's no victimizing here. So that victim mentality has got to go away, and you have got to pivot away from it on a daily basis, because the only monster out in the world is the one that you create in your mind. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
so
true.
Being in the moment. So as I go through my day emotions, I always say, right, I'm here to do good to the world. But just as I'm here to do good to the world, and that is my mission, and that's the flag that I carry, I also know that if I wanted to be evil, I could probably be the best one. Why? Because I have mastered my mind to embrace and be in the moment of whatever I do, right? So whatever I do, that's why I said I've never in my life have been into drugs or anything like that, because I knew from an early age that my mind was so strong that if I liked it, I was going to be the best drug addict. Does that make sense?
Agreed.
Yeah, so
Yes.
I chose to stay away from it. So when you identify something that is going to be good for you, be in the moment. But when you identify something that is not going to be good for you, find and pivot and find an exit plan in that moment. So that leads me to my next point, positive psychology. What are you telling your brain on a daily basis? Positive psychology. The best thing I can tell you about positive psychology is the fact that you already have chains that you're carrying. Okay. FYI, if you didn't know it, all right, your upbringing and past situations have a lot to do with what you do on a daily basis. And if those things, okay, don't define you, then you're not playing the right game. That's your mind mastering, because you can allow them to define you, or you can allow them to give you the tools not to be that situation. Do you follow me?
Yeah,
So in this particular case, what are you telling your brain? What is the psychology? Are you always talking about, I come from a divorced family, so that means I'm never going to have a great relationship myself. Oh, I come from poverty, so I was meant to be poor. Oh, this deal didn't go through. So, oh my God, I'm just doomed to fail. I'm not a winner. I'm not this. I'm not. What are you telling and feeding your brain? Positive psychology has to do with every moment of your day, not just in the morning when you wake up and you do your 7-minute practice of affirmations. It talks about positive psychology on a daily basis. Protect your circle. I talk about it all the time. Who's in your circle? Who are you allowing in your circle? And are you putting up with BS? And women, I'm talking to you. And men, I'm talking to you with what you read and what videos you watch. Women, I'm talking to you when you allow your girlfriends to fill your brain with filth. Okay? So you guys don't think I was talking against you. I am all for you too. But that's what I'm talking about. Positive psychology. If you're not being of value to me, my brain, my heart, and my pockets, you're not allowed in my circle. That's it. Because I'm the only one responsible for my circle. Period. Joe isn't responsible. My mom, my divorced parents aren't responsible. My damaging relationships aren't responsible. I'm responsible to protect the positive psychology that I feed my brain. Now, do you have a productive mindset? Are you talking about what am I going to accomplish today? Or are you talking about, Jesus Christ, I have 10 freaking to-dos that I don't even know if I'm going to be able to get done today? Does that make sense, you guys?
Oh my gosh, it sounds like you followed me around. And that's what I hear all day long. That's what I'm saying. So
that's right. You know, people tell me, oh, Faride, it's so easy for you because you're so positive. Oh, Faride, you're just so charming. Oh, Faride, you know what? Stop it. No, I'm not charming. I could be the biggest BITCH in the world. No, I'm not positive. I love that. Whoever put that.
Yeah, that's Tom Bosick. Yes.
But that's what I'm talking about, right? No, you know what? Last night I had a huge argument with somebody that dragged me until 4 o'clock in the morning. And that argument would have made me cancel this today. Does that make sense?
It was Frank. Yep.
No. Frank, no. You said
sorry about
too much
that.
love, Frank.
Yeah,
just call me out. Call me out again. Just tell everybody.
Right. That's why she was like, "Oh, yay, he's here." We saw her in the beginning.
No, of course not. No, everybody, do not believe a word they're saying. But again, situations on a daily basis. I'm not just talking about what happens to me. Maybe you had a flat tire in the morning, right? That's all the signs of somebody trying to shift your brain in a negative way. And guess what? Are you a champion? What are you made of? Are you going to allow every situation to carry you down and end your day in a negative instead of a positive? No. Well, if at any point you're in a funk, and my best friends, 2 of them are here right now, right, watching, they know that if I am in a funk, I must hang around with positive influences, which takes me to psychological influences. Who do you have? Do you have those people identified? Do you have those things identified? Whether it is meditation, yoga, going to the, for me, like just sitting in front of the ocean, it clears my mind completely. It retunes me. Listening to my calibration exercises in the morning. That's my psychological influences. If I'm down and maybe, I had a $26,000 commission, okay, cancel out in a matter of 20 days of enjoying it. So what do I do in that moment? I probably already spent it, right? I probably already did. So now how the heck am I going to get that back? So am I going to take 30 days to change my mind that I'm sad and oh my God, maybe I'm not good enough? Or am I going to take 0.02 seconds to go, well, all right, let's go get the next one because I got a problem to resolve. I have a solution to come up with, right? So again, psychological influences. If I need sales, if I need to learn how to do something, I'm going to call Joe. He's my psychological influence. Joe, what do you think? Just the fact that he thinks I'm amazing. I'm going to call Joe. If I need a friend, I'm going to call Sonia. If I need somebody to tell me how awesome you are and how, you've survived worse things in the world, I'm going to call Sonia. So again, you have to identify your psychological influences, and it's not a thing, and it's not a person, and it's not anything. It's a positive change for you. Okay. Woo! I don't know about you, but I'm fired up.
I was going to say, she's in the moment. Yeah, exactly.
Now, how about mastering your marketing, guys? Do you all agree that you can identify my marketing strategy? Yes or no? All right, don't answer me. It's all about being creative and understanding your customer, right? Every time I sit in front of a customer, I have already identified that customer, all right? It's about seeing the world through your customer's eyes. That's called marketing mastery. How do you master the fact that you are going to get your end product or service delivered? Well, you ain't going to do it just because you have a pretty ad. You ain't going to do it because you just spent through Google ads, Facebook ads, LinkedIn ads, and all the ads in the world, $1,000, $2,000, $5,000, $10,000 that month. That ain't going to bring you nothing. It's the fact that you know how to deliver a message. It's the fact that you have identified the needs of your clients. And it's the fact that you have a solution for their problems. right? And therefore, you have to have creativity. And what makes me so good in marketing? You know, I get calls all the time. Oh, can you help me do a flyer? Oh, can you help me do this? Oh, Faride, what are you doing for marketing? Well, guess what? I got to be creative. Oh, Faride, but you're just too creative. You were born with creativity. No, I was born with a mindset, a control mindset that is calibrated every day to identify that OP is the best solution in the world. And that I don't have to do it all. OP meaning other people. So if I don't have creativity, I go and call my positive environment to find out who can be creative for me. Do I hit roadblocks all the time? Heck yeah, on a daily. I'm a mom. I'm a partner. I'm this, I'm that, I'm that. And then I'm a woman that every 30 days has these few days that I'm pissy. So guess what? OP. So
if you had other productive people, there was other productive people, you'd be down with OPP. Yeah, you know.
That's right,
me.
OPP.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you.
All right. Know your customer. You know, who am I targeting? Am I targeting what are you selling? Number one, are you selling yourself? Are you selling a product? Are you selling a service? What is it that you're selling? Because you're selling something. And for any of you here that sit here and go, I'm not a salesperson. Well, heck, if you're married, how did you sell your wife or your husband to marry you? If you have kids, how do you sell your kids every day to brush their teeth, to eat their food? If you are an employee of some sort, how did you sell yourself to get that job? If you're an entrepreneur, how did you sell your brain to spend any money to have so much responsibility? You all see that? So guess what? We're all salespeople. Stop BSing yourself. Number one. So identify your customer, know exactly who it is that you're trying to target, learn their behavior, their needs, and come up with a solution. Now, in my last time I was here with Joe, right, with all these warriors, we talked about system, right? One of the topics was system. What kind of system? Are you a systematic person? Well, everybody needs to have a system. McDonald's isn't McDonald's without a system. I for sure hate their burgers. So guess what? There will be 1/4. I'm sorry. 1/5 of the customers they have right now will continue to go there if they didn't have a system. If they were just selling the actual product. So what system are you following? Are you following your job system? Your, I don't know, something you made up yourself? Or are you mimicking other successful people in your industry? There is nothing wrong with you actually paying $29 for a system that may work for you. Why, you go and bust it at Starbucks. Why don't you go bust it in your brain and get a system that works for you? And if you have to do it 10 times and it becomes $290, who cares? It's probably the best $290 you ever spend in your life. Get a winning system and be ready to pivot. If one system doesn't work, now you're not going to go do it once and it doesn't work. And then you're like, oh, I'm going to have to try another one. I've been guilty. All right. I agree. My weaknesses, exposing my weaknesses.
System of the month club. Yeah.
That's right. Hey, and I will do it. Why? Because every system teaches me a system within a system that I can create for myself. So I'm always ready to pivot. Okay. Now, customization. That's exactly what I just talked about. If you go and invest in yourself, do not think that everything that comes out of that person's mouth is going to apply to you or that you have to do. So now it's too distant, right? The better they get in their speaking, the farther away they get into your reality. Well, stop it. Identify what is it that will serve you and customize it to you. At the end of the day, people will buy you. The product is just a side thing. All right? It's just to resolve a need that they have, but they really buy you. How many damn car dealerships can you go to in a day and find the same vehicle? I've done that. Okay. They hate me at car dealerships, Joe. So yeah. So anyways,
I tell her to take me with her, but she doesn't. Yeah.
No, I don't need it. They hate me. If they ever see me come back, they're like, "Oh my God, here we go."
See, look, here's Tyler's agreeing with you too, because he's a car guy too. He's like, no, don't let her come in. Don't let her come in. Yeah.
He probably want me there to teach him a thing or two, so he could.
Oh yeah.
So he can 10x his car sales strategy. But anyways, proactive versus reactive. Is your marketing game proactive or reactive? What do you think? Any of you? What do you guys think?
Most people will be reactive as opposed to proactive.
Right.
Marketing is supposed to be proactive. That's you reaching out to people, but most people wait for someone to reach out to them accidentally or word of mouth or whatever it is. And they're missing the fact that you got to advertise yourself.
Heck yeah, exactly. I always talk about you have to prepare yourself with these things. If you're a perfectionist, calibrate your brain to settle down your perfectionism. A lot of times it's just taking the action that will get you to, over that bump, over that hill. Just stop being fearful of what are people going to think? What is the outcome going to be? Jesus Christ, what does it say? You're already trying to deliver a baby and you haven't even gotten a girlfriend yet. Like, let's go. Let's go. Stop thinking that. Let's just push through. You know what, Joe? You and I are very much alike. That may mean because we're a September 2nd baby, right?
Yes.
Thanks to our mamas. But
right.
I have to tell you, I love a challenge. So people that know me well and they want to get away with outsmarting me, they'll challenge me. Well, little do they know that I'm a mind master, right? I'm also a marketing master. So I know, and I am ready to be reactive and proactive because both are good. You guys didn't answer me because you thought there was one right and one wrong. No, I'm proactive because I study my market before I go, right? This training is about sales. So in sales, you have to be proactive with everything I'm telling you. Calibrating your mind, getting the positive influences, knowing your customer, creating a system. Those are all proactive things that you're going to do. But pivoting is a reactive, right? Being able to pivot in any given way. That's a reactive situation. All right. Customizing it to your advantage. If I have a sales pitch, I hate those flip charts. All right. I'm not a flip chart person. I actually refuse. But I know that it helps the normal. Okay. And I consider myself to be not normal.
Agreed.
So it helps you. If that's the system that you love, then more power to you. Go for it. But what I do is I have been proactive in getting all my tools in my toolbox. So when I'm in need of being reactive, it's not in a negative way. It's in a positive way. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. This will get you to master marketing. If you just learn these 6 things and learn to master these 6 things, you will be a master in marketing. Right? That leads me to my last tip. How do you
tell Sonia to stop calling you?
Lord have mercy. The thing is, I don't even know how to put this volume down. So y'all are going to have to forgive me.
Yeah. It's an Apple product. Frank can't help you, and I don't even know.
Don't worry about it. I already figured it out. I'm ahead of
look, and Sonia's trying to pretend it's not her. We know it, Sonia. Your picture came up on our watch earlier. Yeah.
Oh my Lord. All right, let's take this to our last step. Our last step is money mastery, right? How do you leverage your money? Your money mindset is your set of money beliefs and values that are usually subconscious. Where are you coming from? From the money perspective. You have a poor mentality, a rich mentality. I could go 1,000 books and tell you how you think, right? Kiyosaki does a marvelous job with that. And you had Sharon Lecter last week or so, correct?
Yep.
Great female. She's also a person that I follow dearly. I even have her signed book. See? Ooh,
Nice.
right there. See, I'm showing you.
Yes.
Right. And that is a person that shows us money mastery. Why? Doesn't it all come from the first step I showed you?
100%.
Right? What defines you? Are you carrying chains? What are your beliefs? Do you really believe you can have all the money in the world? Or you just hear it and go, I can have all the money in the world? Or do you go, what? I already have all the money in the world. What are you talking about? Does that make sense? So don't be fooled by all those gurus that tell you, oh, buy my product for $5,000 and I'm going to show you how to make money. If you don't believe it, please donate it. Donate it. It'll make you feel better in your heart. All right? Because you ain't going to get it. So your belief of the money is the one thing that you have to master. How is my subconscious playing in my life today? Well, I invite you to do a self-assessment. How was your belief 10 years ago about money? Is it better today?
Yes.
Worse or equal?
That was
Once
great.
you've identified that, have you made progress? Are you still in the same position or have you regressed? And that will give you the answer of your money mastery and belief system. So identify it. Now, guys and gals, fears and taboos about money. Are you effing kidding me? Please. Who tells you that because your parents were poor, that you have to be poor? Aren't the most successful people in the world people that came from nothing? I don't care if it was a 30-year-old rich person, if it was a freaking 70-year-old. What's it, Captain Crunch, or what's that chicken?
The Colonel. Yes. Kentucky Fried Chicken. Yes.
I had two really bad foods just mentioned, but no. What I'm talking about, it doesn't matter how old you are. Look into my eyes and trust me when I tell you this. Today is the day you change your belief. If you want to be in the money game and you want to master it, start by believing that you can have it. So part of my vision board says $10 million in my savings account. $10 million in my savings account, right? Now, do you think $10 million in my savings account affirmation was here 10 years ago? Heck to the no. I was scared to put 100,000. Does that make sense? And over the years, I was like, oh, I got to push myself a little more. Okay, let's do 1 million. All right, let's do 5 million, and so on and so forth. You get it? So why? Because I'll be darned if I don't have that by the end of my life. Now, am I wanting to have it today? Heck yeah. Shoot, I got some bags and high heels that I got to go buy. But I will not rest. I will not rest until my last breath to accomplish what I came in this world to do. And for me, $10 million will allow me and gear me to do the good that I came here to do. Does that make sense? So the taboo that, oh, you're, what's that word where they tell you, not greedy, but the other word, that it's actually positive, but people do it negatively. Oh Lord, ambitious. You're too ambitious. Okay. So my first husband accused me of that. My first husband, my only husband, my ex-husband.
There you go.
My ex-husband.
Wow. She's already planning on the second one. Slow down, Turbo. Right? Slow down for your next divorce. You're not even dating. Come on. We heard that already with the pregnancy.
So my ex-husband said, you're too ambitious. Is there such thing as too ambitious?
No, only for someone who lacks ambition.
Correct. And I said, really? Well, you need to learn how to be a little bit more ambitious, and then we'll meet.
Right.
We'll meet again. Right? So again, ambitious doesn't mean that you want the money for what I just said, for cars, for mansions, for this. And if you do, more power to you. You probably earn them. But it is so you can make good back to the world. That's it. You can be able to accomplish the things that you cannot right now. And then get yourself a pretty girlfriend, because those are always around scoping you out.
Right.
Financial
Bonetta
baggage.
told me not to.
Financial baggage, you guys. What is the financial baggage you're carrying? Dump it. You know, because you have a past due bill today doesn't mean that you'll have a past due bill tomorrow. My best friend can tell you, I've used this for the past 20 years of my life. Today, I may be broke as a joke, but tomorrow I'll be a millionaire. Hey, today I'm a millionaire, and tomorrow I may be joke as a broke, so let's go enjoy it. Does that make sense? Right? It's all mindset, words. So financial baggage, dump it, and dump it in a trash bin that you're never going to reopen again. Once you dump it, let it go. Knowledge. You guys know I'm a financial professional. You guys know I preach financial literacy. Why do I preach financial literacy? And look at me. For everyone, in Espanol, for women, with Sharon Lecter for women. So again, I preach financial literacy because it's the root of all evil. If you have it, you can do so good and you can do so bad. If you don't have the financial knowledge, if you don't have it, you can ruin your life and everybody around you because you're miserable because you don't have it. So one of the most important things you can do to yourself is go search for a financial education class. Don't be scared. There's no taboo here, right?
Right.
So in one of the exercises that I practice on my calibration routine is always listening to some type of financial advice, some type of financial tip. Now, am I going to use all of them? No. A lot of them don't apply to me. But when I find one that does, I just sharpen my tool, right? So please, knowledge is power when applied. Now, leverage. Are you leveraging your money? Is your money there to do bad or is your money there to do good? You know, if you have a little bit of money, you can set up your weakness to be accomplished, right? OPP, you know me. Right?
Everybody's down. Everybody's down. Yeah.
When people tell me no, I always say, how much would it cost? But if I don't have the money, I can't say that. Then I got to charm them somewhere else, right? So leverage your mind. You know, when I need somebody to get what I'm saying, I leverage my mind. When I need to communicate with somebody that doesn't understand my language, I leverage my friends that speak other languages. When I need to set up something to help me deliver a message, I leverage my money, I leverage technology, artificial intelligence. Is your artificial intelligence game on point and caught up? Because if you're not catching up to artificial intelligence right now, guess what? Your marketing will suck in a few months. So catch up.
Yeah.
And OPM, my favorite. Are you
Other people's
geared
money?
and set up to use other people's money?
Damn,
You know,
I like that.
I have to tell you, I have bought so many things with other people's money. And I'm not afraid to say this. My first ever business was done with other people's money. Now, don't get me wrong. They made 10, 20, 50, 100 times, right? What they put in. But am I going to find loans or am I going to find partners? Does that make sense?
Yes.
If people don't have the mental capacity that you do, but they have the money, they need you as much as you need them.
True.
And until you can become your own investor, you can utilize other people's money by having,
Right.
guess what?
Money mastery. Oh,
The ultimate game mastery. If your mind is taken care of with your thoughts, your emotions, and your decisions, your marketing has a strategy. You cut up to the latest technology and you have targets in place. And your money, you have great habits. You're in control of your money and you know how to leverage it. That's when people give you what you want.
boom. Boom. Okay, I'm going to put this down right now. Boom. That's amazing. I got text message from people going, I'm having palpitations because she's so on fire. It's just throwing it that way. So yeah, she did. She brought the fire and the axe. She's taking care of all of it as it goes through. Any question, those of you on the screen, if you're, manly enough to ask her a question.
No, please be manly enough.
How do you think artificial intelligence is going to play into the financial game?
Oh, huge. If you're not, like I said, I talked about little flip charts a little bit ago. That's outdated. If you are not in some way, shape, or form have an online presence with automations, you're way behind times. So in the financial world, of course, we're compliant. Of course, we got to follow a lot of rules. But just how they take their precious time finding things to make us compliant, the other side, right? The dark horse always finds a way to get us in there for artificial intelligence. So again, it's huge, right? I even feel that I'm behind in times. And every day I'm studying something about AI. So in the financial world, if you're not caught up to the new times, you're going to be outdated.
Thank you.
Absolutely. And again, I sit with my clients continuously talking about how AI is going to make things better for them. And you said the biggest word, which is automation. So I have clients that are like, you've saved me over 3 hours a day just by automating these certain processes because simple things like a report comes in and you have to scrape the data out and go put it into something else so that everybody can see it. All that could be done with artificial intelligence, right? You can build your website with artificial intelligence. You can build all of these things that make your life easier without having to go find other people to do it, right? You have the actual OM, which is other machines, right? That'll do it for you. But yeah, I look at it and say, you have to be thinking much further ahead than everybody else.
Yeah.
I have a group of Yeah, I have 4 or 5 people that we're sitting down weekly trying to determine how artificial intelligence can be implemented into the automotive space. And all we're doing is saying we're going to find the right way to get it, push it through, and boom, it's going to come out the other side. We'll be the first ones putting it out to everybody. Right? But that's because
in my book Business Plus Breakthrough, Joe, which that was a few years ago, I talked about this exactly. How to get ahead of your sales game in artificial intelligence. Now, at that point, it wasn't even a buzzword.
You couldn't even spell AI back then.
Yes, I've been talking artificial intelligence subconsciously, or I don't know how you say it, without even knowing that that's what it was going to be, right? For years. I'm talking about the last 10 years. I was blessed enough to be in an environment where I saw future technology. And so I was able to implement that in my sales technique and go, holy smokes, if only, right? Unfortunately, at that time, I didn't have the money to invest. Otherwise, I probably owned that trademark. But hey, you just catch up. The one thing I teach on that book, on the business book, is for all business owners. Whoever likes a copy, just send me an email and I will email it to you, PDF. In that book, I tell you, I can find you $50,000, okay, of what you're currently doing right now. I could find you $50,000 in 30 minutes.
Damn.
And guess what I'm using?
I'm going to assume artificial intelligence.
That's my guess too.
Yeah.
Correcto.
It's like we're pretty smart.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, Bob. What's your thought? I saw you.
The gears are moving over there, Bob.
We're pretty smart. I agree.
Correct. So
let's get. You want them to email you at the expert agent? Is that a good one
or
to ask
Faride Sisniega at Gmail. Doesn't matter.
All right. There you go. I put that one on the screen.
Perfect.
So expertagent619 at Gmail. Email her and get the book. Now, will you tell us all how we're supposed to be able to get this course for our 7-9 minutes? And one thing I also want to point out for everybody else, stop and realize she has the ability to provide you something that would last within the same time you hit snooze. Because when you hit snooze, that's 9 minutes that your clock resets to wake you up again. What if you didn't hit snooze and instead you got up and followed her morning ritual to get in there and say, here? How much further ahead would you be following her guidelines?
Yes. Well, send me an email, drop me a note. I unfortunately cannot give it to everybody because I have a partnership agreement. All right.
I was going to say, show them where. I just want to know where they can go get it.
Not yet. I will send it to you, Joe, and you definitely.
Right. Then we'll put it in the War Games group. Yep. Okay.
Yes.
I'll append
but
it.
I'm telling you, you give me a call, Joe. I give it to you, and I'm going to charge you 10% of whatever you gain.
That's it. Look at that. Now it becomes win-win. You see, because I'll still make the other 90%. Yes. So
of 90% of 100% that you didn't have before, because that's exactly what you will gain.
Right. And that's and what does that tell you? That's the money mastery, right? Could you see that you would keep the 90%, or did you just clinch and go, I have to give you 10% of what I made extra? Stop it. Stop with your.
Well, if I make you $1 million in the next year, I'm sure you wouldn't mind sharing 100,000.
Yeah, not at all. Not at all.
It sounds like a Shark Tank royalty deal. That's what I think in there.
Nice.
Faride is Mrs. Wonderful.
Mrs. Wonderful coming back going, yes, I want $2 on every product until I make my $1 million back, and then I'll take 10%. Yeah. So.
Love it.
No, I'm telling you, anything you guys need that I use, it's all for you. I am not intending to make any money on this, but hey, little tips are good. So
I was going to say you should be making money on this. Yes,
I do. The universe is it's in my favor. So
and right now, if Faride wants to invade China, I'm down with it. Okay, so you've got a whole selection of people.
Let's go.
They've already put it up there that you need to run for president because they're up there. We have that one too. So
Oh Lord, no, thank
Faride
you.
2024. Yes. Can you imagine her coming at these people? Man,
no,
scary times.
They couldn't take a person like me. I'm telling you what. Yeah, my mind is too protected.
That's strong. Yes. So go Faride. Marco said go Faride with all the fire. Perfect. Thank you, everybody. Marco. Thank you so much for spending your time with us today, Miss Faride. Amazing. As always, I could tell you. Thank you. Right? You are on fire, and it's always great to be warmed by you, right? In the fire. So the strong ones will jump in the fire with her and let it ignite you. So
let's go. Let's
challenge
make
every
a
one
movement.
of you. Every one of you this week, I challenge you to tell somebody, look, you don't even have a girlfriend yet. Stop thinking about how you're going to have a baby, right? How you're going to deliver the baby. I want you to work that into a conversation somewhere this week. Okay.
And then send me your feedback.
Right, exactly. And when you're done talking, just go #Faride. Yeah. Well, as soon as you say that, yes.
As soon as you leave the HR department, you send an email right over to Faride. Yeah. So why was this man talking about a baby? Why I just work with him. I don't know what he's doing, but
and just tell the HR lady, just send my write-up to expertagent619@gmail.com. Yes, that'll be the one.
You all can come work with me. We'll become business partners in one type of venture.
Yes, I love it. I love it. Perfect. All right. Thank you so much, everybody. And we are out. Will you all go out and sell something?